All right, maybe the youngest and the best-looking Sulzer here at the Defense Soap Duels. First off, what's going on? What are you doing? Where do you live?
I live in New York. Yes, I moved from Cleveland to New York City, and I'm just coming back for the holiday.
You made a mistake. I want you to know that.
Where's that?
Yeah, I mean, you moved to New York City from
I know.
Cleveland.
It's been a good change, a hectic change. It's been busy, but I'm starting to transition nicely. Went right away since I moved. I contacted NYU and started coaching over there. So I do a few days a week at NYU, which is Division III. So always finding wrestling no matter where I go.
You're going in the opposite direction of Keith. They all moved back here, right? They all bought because Keith. You know, Keith and I got stuck on a flight.
Yeah. He has the worst
They
luck.
deplaned us, and Chicago was pretty terrible,
Yeah.
but it was nice seeing him and talking to him. But he moved back from Chicago.
Yep.
Okay, and then you move out.
Yeah, I know. It's such bad timing. And then Aaron, so they all live within, walking distance of my parents' house. So now I'm like the odd guy out, feeling a little, FOMO, fear of missing out. So it's been tough.
West side of West Park?
Yeah, West Park. Yeah, right by Cam's Corner.
The west side of West Park,
yeah,
right?
you got to see it.
The joke?
Yeah, Keith and Aaron have a sign up. I don't have anything. They're the kings of West Park for sure.
They really have a sign.
Yeah, they got, Cam's Corner state champions, Keith and Aaron Sulzer, and conveniently, I get left out. So once I saw that, I had to go.
You're a three-time All-American.
Doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. It means something to me.
Yeah.
Okay, watching youth wrestling, okay? Your brothers are pretty heavily involved with wrestling still. I mean, if they're not, they at least are fans of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got your Jack dad.
Yes, yeah.
Can you get your dad yet?
Can I beat him?
Can you get him?
Oh, man, I think I can take him in a 7-minute match. I don't know about a 1-minute match. He might be too strong, but I got the cardio to back it up.
Yeah, you look, I see, like, JT Miller, you guys look smaller than when you were wrestling.
I know, I'm like 175.
Are you serious?
I keep it in my head like, hey, I'm just going to cut down and wrestle Midlands one year. So I'm always trying to stay within striking distance.
Please do. Foley did it one year, your UVA guy.
Yeah.
He actually did it one year. Okay, so when you look at it, though, coming here to a youth wrestling event like this, it's even different from 15 years ago when you were doing this.
Yeah.
What is the level of wrestling like when you come to, like, the defensive?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think our goal, at least in Ohio, after seeing the success that PA guys have when they hit high school and they hit college wrestling, is progression on the mat. And I think that's one thing for me when I come back. I'm really impressed with the way, at least, the West Shore guys, the Wrestling Factory guys, they seem like they're all riding really well on top, looking for turns, and then bottom, they're finding escapes. Where if you remember when I wrestled, it was the exact opposite, right? I could almost take anyone down, and then it was a dogfight when it came to top and bottom. So one thing I'm really impressed with when I come back every single time in Northeast Ohio is how top wrestling has seemed to really progress in this area. So, and then I guess from the coaching perspective, it's so emotionally draining to watch these little guys wrestle, knowing that, you work with them, you spend a lot of time with them, and you see, the progress that they make in practice, and then it kind of breaks your heart a little bit when you see them lose. So I'm not used to that kind of coaching perspective. In wrestling, I was a little bit more numb to it, competing myself. You don't really have time to feel bad for anybody, but when you're out there and you're watching the youth kids, you see a little bit more of that, emotional side, at least, from my perspective. So.
Okay, so you're coaching at NYU. You watch a lot of youth, and you come and you help the kids.
Yeah.
But, like, what is your role as far as a fan? Do you go watch duels? What do you do at UVA? I mean, they just wrestled some crazy duel in Kansas City against Mizzou that came down the last match. I mean, you obviously follow it, right?
Yeah.
You're alum.
Yeah.
Steve Garland, never not jacked up.
He's the best.
The guy is so jacked up. One of the greatest mentors I think I could see. Like, that's someone, like, people ask me, I'd like my kids to wrestle for a guy like that.
Definitely.
They'll be too old by then because they're like little kids.
Right.
But what is your role now besides coaching NYU, coaching a little bit of youth? Like, what are you as a fan now?
Yeah, as a fan, it's definitely different. I feel like I'm so busy, trying to coach with NYU and watching film for them. And then I go up to GPS Wrestling in upstate New York with Grant Passwell. So that's a really up-and-coming club that's in our Monk area of New York. So if everyone's ever around that area, feel free to drop in on Sundays. As a fan, honestly, I've fallen off a little bit where I'm not, I watched Vegas. Vegas was like the first tournament that I really watched from start to finish. I feel like I'm still a little bit close removed from wrestling myself. I'm still kind of, thinking, I'm always thinking about wrestling, competing, and I think about my own career. And right now I'm just so busy trying to get, the youth kids better and the NYU guys better that I'm not really traveling to watch Virginia. I might be following on social media or something like that, but I'm more involved, I think, in the youth scene and my own kind of coaching than I am, following as a fan. So I might watch, Vegas, but I didn't go to NCAAs last year, and it was in Cleveland. I'm still
You
kind
didn't
of.
go to NCAAs?
Yeah, my whole
I feel
family
betrayed.
did.
I want to throw my phone across
Man,
the
I know.
building right
I don't know
now.
if I'm ready to go back and watch, the NCAAs and stuff like that yet. I feel like it's still
Was
a little bit.
2015 your
2015, yeah.
last year,
yeah.
All-American?
Yeah, and obviously it didn't end
gosh.
the way that I wanted it to. It didn't end, badly. It's not like I feel like I'm more content now, but I just don't feel like I'm ready to go back and watch the NCAAs just yet. So.
Okay, west side of West Park, Defenso. The whole thing that they've put together here.
Yeah.
Guy Seiko, Gus, one of your college teammates, high school teammate, youth teammate, someone you came up through the whole way. Seeing how they've built Defenso, West Shore, St. Edward, now Heffernan's the head coach, Urbis is up. What is your emotions with all the Gonzer's there, one of your college teammates, high school teammates?
Right.
What's it like? What's that whole relationship like for you, and what's it like watching them kind of like change, but it stays the same but changes?
Yeah. I think for the Defense Oak thing, it's really cool because I remember when I was in high school and Defense Oak was just coming up with Coach Seiko, obviously building that company to now, you'll be in New York and there'll be jiu-jitsu clubs, wrestling clubs like, hey, I need to get an order of Defense Soap, and you just see how fast the company's really grown and how, the reach that it has. Being in New Jersey, just on random jiu-jitsu club has Defense Soap. For me, it's cool to see. Yeah, it's cool to see because, I've known Gus since I was in second grade and knew, Coach Seiko since I was that young, and to see that company kind of expand and build a brand, and like I said, the reach is just incredible. And then St. Ed's Wrestling, it's something that, I don't know what it is. I think it's the alumni base where we're always so excited to come back. When I come in from break, I'm thinking about seeing my family and going to St. Ed's Wrestling. And it's just that kind of family environment where it's something that you do. It's something a part of, like, every graduate has to come back, give back, like, Sean Nemec did when I was there, Yoshi Nakamura and all those guys, my brothers. When you graduate, it's something that you have to do to come back and help out the guys that are in the current program. So it's just so cool to see that family relationship. I know I can always text Coach Gonzer. I know I can always talk to Coach Heff, and then, Coach Urbis, every once in a while, I'll just give him a random call, or he'll give me a random call just to kind of catch up. So no matter how long ago you graduated, you're never, far removed from the program. So it's always great to want to give back. It's something that it's just inherent when you graduate.
Is that something where you talk to those guys and you haven't seen them for a couple years, talked to them for a couple years, and it feels like, man, it feels like it was yesterday.
You pick up right where you left off, and it's something I've never experienced before, and it's so hard to describe unless you do experience it, and unless you do kind of graduate from St. Ed's, you're just so proud of the program. And I'm sure, guys like, from Blair and St. Paris Graham, I'm sure they probably have that similar feeling where you're just so proud of, you wear a St. Ed's shirt around here, and people are going to recognize it and know, like, oh, you wrestle for St. Ed's, like, great program, one of the best in the country. It's something that you're just proud of. Not only the wrestling side of it, but the people side of it. Coach Urbis, no one can ever say a bad word about him.
Okay, I know you came to watch wrestling and not talk to me. Do you got anything else for me?
No, I love. I need to start getting you on camera. I want to do a reverse.
I got a face made for radio. All right, face made for radio. All right, thanks for the time. Enjoy the wrestling. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.